Zeppole, we make these all the time at Patsy's. They're a very popular dish, and the most popular is Zeppole di St. Giuseppe. What we did was we put in 2 cups of water, a little bit of butter, and some salt. We got to get that up to a boil, and we have measured off. We have our oil heating here, right? That's at 350. It's a vegetable oil.
That seems like a lot of flour for that much liquid.
It's 2 cups to 2 cups, and if you have to, you can always add a little more water if it looks like it's too thick.
All right, so you're putting it right into the mixer.
Right into the mixer. Now, you really could let it cool a little bit, but we'll hurry it along.
Yeah, I think you really want it to cool a little bit because you don't want those eggs to curdle when you're putting them in.
Would cook otherwise, but we'll just let it spin a little bit of cool on its own, just a little bit like that. And this will get you about 10 to 12 of the Zeppoles.
Okay, so now you're going to add them one at a time.
One at a time. If you do more than one, then it probably won't mix right. And the dough will come apart, and then it'll come back together. When it comes back together, you're ready to add the other eggs one at a time.
Yeah. Now, isn't it true that once you make Zeppole, though, you've got to eat them right away because they're not really good the next day?
They don't stay well.
Yeah.
They don't stay well at all. No, not at all.
All right, we got that part.
If you would help me, please, we'll put it in the bag.
You want to put some in a bag? Okay, so we're going to use a pastry bag with a star tip. All right. Here's my tip for this. I always like to put a bag in something. That way, you know, you're not trying to get the dough in. It's not flopping all over.
It doesn't, and if it spills out, it goes right into there.
So these you can find in any bake shop. You can use the disposable ones if you want to.
Perfect. The plastic works good because it doesn't stick to it.
Now you're not going to put it all in at once, are you? Okay.
No, it would be too much. We'll just put a little bit so we can show how we pipe it.
All right, this is good. So you have squares. Why do you have squares?
Well, this way I can make the circle, the pasta dough. I'm just
so
gonna
you
put a little more oil. So we put the oil right on it, so this makes it much easier to slide. You could use flour as well, whatever you're more comfortable with. And it's just plain wax paper.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Now we pipe.
Pipe them out. See, when it's still warm like this and fresh, it's so easy.
It's easy to pipe them.
And I like to, just a little secret, to push it down like that. You put
with a little bit of water?
Oil or water. The one thing you have to important, don't overcrowd the pan like anything else. When you put something in, it will cool off the oil. Just be careful with these. They just, supposed to slide right off like that.
And they do.
We'll put 3 in. I think that's fine for the amount of oil that we have.
And these are going to cook just till they're golden brown.
Golden brown, 7-8 minutes. Now we're going to make the filling. Like I mentioned before, we're making like a cannoli cream filling.
Yes.
You can make a regular traditional crema pasticcera, pastry cream with the eggs, sugar, and flour, and then that would be considered a real, like a Zeppole St. Giuseppe. But with this way, it's more like a sphinge. So I'm just going to come around.
A sphinge. You mean sphinge?
Sphinge. You're better than me pronouncing, that's for sure.
Okay.
We have some ricotta, regular ricotta. If it's a little wet, you might want to hang it in a cheesecloth so it's not too liquidy. But this is nice, this ricotta. Some regular sugar.
So for 24 of these that you usually would get out of a recipe, you need what, a pound and a half or so of the ricotta?
This would be more like 3 pounds.
3 pounds?
Two
you're really going to fill
2.5. We really like to fill them up.
All right. All right, now we're getting some color.
Now we're getting.
All right, so back to this. We have a little bit of vanilla.
See.
We have
sugar.
Our ricotta.
Ricotta.
Zucchero, sugar. And now.
The last minute we put in the chocolate chips. I like to use the mini chocolate chips. Mainly also, they look good and they pass through the pastry bag. Too big, they'll get stuck, of course.
Yeah, they're small if you're using a tip.
These are little ones.
You want that to go through.
And like I said, if it's in the machine, put the chips the last second.
They're golden. Should I take them out?
I think they're ready to go.
All right, so with a slotted spoon, they look nice and fluffy.
Aren't they nice and light?
Look how nice. You could eat them just like that. You don't even need to fill them.
Exactly. Okay. Even maybe a little powdered sugar and you're done.
And I know that your sons, who I was talking to earlier, Joseph and Peter, they really like these.
Yes.
They're lucky to have a dad who can cook like this. Okay. That's that.
Okay.
I'll move this out of the way for you.
Why don't we can bring them over here to slice them?
And we have some that are already cooled.
We do? Okay, good.
Yes, we do. And they are...
Right here.
Right there. Okay, the magic of TV. So there are some cool ones. A little browner than what we have, but... Okay, why don't you show us how they go together now?
If we can... I
want a
use
knife?
this knife right here.
Yes.
This is a bread knife. It's easy to slice these. You can leave the half on like that so then they close
Yeah,
up.
see how nice and
tuck-
light they are.
See, that's the egg in there.
Beautiful.
Comes
Move
like
this
that.
over here. One for you and one for me.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And the
Here's your
pastry bag.
pastry.
Okay. I'm generous with the cannoli cream. I like a lot of cream in there as well.
Are you salivating over this? Isn't this looking good?
This is good stuff.
We're actually going to serve you these.
And then we'll throw a little powdered sugar on
I
that.
want a little powdered sugar there. Here's a beautiful dish for you.
And just the crowning touch right there, a little
Oh,
cherry
they look
right there.
so professional.